Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next curling stadium.
So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
Thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. TheRockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
I have an idea. Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Welcome to therockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Grand Slam of Curling Canadian Open Tier 2 quarterfinal action on the women's side. I'm Jim Nix, and I'll be joined by Matt Sussman, and we'll have Matthew on the production. And we're pleased to have you along for this one as we get going in the playoff round. We went through some tiebreakers this morning, and now we're into the real playoffs, if you will. Matt, don't know too much about Youbeen Park, even though we've seen her a bunch, and she always seems to do very well. And Kaitlyn Laws is coming into this playoff at 2-2. Probably like to be a little better than that. But what do you think? Anything?
I always kind of I always like to see these teams that we don't know a whole lot about, and you don't know how the matchup's going to go. And maybe it's not accurate, but the first place I always go to is I see their history of how they played, and they played once this year. That was back at the Salvo Grand Prix, which Team Laws was victorious 7-3. So I think they have some confidence with this team, and Team Park, clearly the underdogs, but maybe by records in this week that they might have a little bit of confidence. So I think it's really anyone's game.
Yep, I would agree. The ice is nice and nice speed and nice curl, so it should be a good one.
Yep. Park, by the way, is 3-1 this week. So yes, they do have the better record, and they're therefore the higher seed. I think they started with Hammer. That's probably why.
Yeah, I would think that's a fair guess. They're coming off a bad loss, though. They got hammered in their last game by Great Withers, 10-1.
All right.
So, but they were 3-0 at that point and already locked in, so it's maybe a little bit different.
Right.
Come around for Kristen Gordon. We actually overcurled a little bit. We do have 4 players on each team. I've done probably half the games I did this weekend. There's only at least one team with 3 players.
Yeah, when it's a busy schedule. I think we talked about this in a previous game. It's just you can't make them all.
No. Good hit, just a nose hit. Chilly out there. Selena sporting the big toque.
Yeah. See that a little bit. And I think this configuration for Team Laws has been kind of working with Kaitlyn sweeping, which, it's in some of the best accomplishments she's had in her career. She played at third, and now I believe she's throwing 4 stones for them.
Yep, she is doing that. At least the last time they played that I was there, that's what they did. I assume that's still the same.
All right, yeah. It's it could be kind of that missing component to her game. It's just she needs to sweep 4 stones, gets her body in that right frame of mind to, be the best she can be.
Yep. Yeah, it's not uncommon now for teams. It used to be really uncommon for a team to make any kind of a switch. And if they made a switch at all, you figured it was there forever and there was something really terribly wrong. That's not always the case now. It's just something's just not working as well as they'd like it to work. So they'll flip it up a little bit and stay there if it works and not stay there if it doesn't. So Park with the hit and roll to the outside. As we said, Park having hammer here. This end is shaping up a little differently. I haven't done any women's games this week, and the men's games they have been a little bit more aggressive than this in the first end, just because the team with hammer doesn't really love the idea of having to hit and stay here or give up that first blank, and they don't like to do that early. So
unlikely to see a big score in this one the way it's going.
looking for a little roll, maybe not really. They're just kind of content there. They could have probably got themselves a little better roll than that. So Selena Negevin now throwing third stones, as we said, and calling the game. Selena's husband Connor was in this event as well, playing with Reed Carruthers, but they didn't make it through to the playoff round. This could be a really good roll right here. Not quite. Looked like it was going to get a little more than that, but
yeah, you think you wanted to even overroll just to make them look at a different path.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So the outturn now, what we've had, we've up to third stones. No, not quite. Yeah, we are third stones. Yeah. So this would be Jiyoon Kim. This one's going to curl a long way. Whoa, that's not close.
That's nothing. Well, forget what I said about maybe there'll be a 2. But Laws does not have last rock, so this could be a steal chance now.
Well, it's a rock in a pretty good position for the first end, just about biting the 4-foot. Selena Negevin with her second, looking to throw a guard. And now taking shape in the way that Youbeen Park is going to be forced to take one. She doesn't necessarily have to, may not have to worry about whether or not she was going to stay or roll out on an open hit. This looks pretty good. Nice weight by Selena.
Yeah, make that right even with the other one. That's good.
I think there's enough. There's enough to maybe make them both if you want to go after them both here. I would think she would go after them both, but
I think they're just signaling for the run.
Yeah, I don't know if I get that. I would think that try to get them both, and maybe if you throw it hard enough, you might pick that one off the house anyways.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's on its way, so we'll see what we get.
Maybe it is both.
Just sweeping.
Oh.
It was a little thinner than I thought it was, so it might have been a pretty tough call.
Yeah, there was some separation there that you could have touched both, and
yeah,
and you couldn't have killed them, but you could have made it a corner or something like that.
Yeah, and after sailing one by just a couple shots ago, that was probably not something they were looking forward to trying real hard. So Kaitlyn Laws now with her first. In the first, we'll look to throw the guard back up. Kaitlyn Laws, I always thought Kaitlyn had one of the best deliveries in the game.
Yeah, not a whole lot to it, which is the whole point. Just very mechanical, very, very, very textbook is the word I'm looking for.
This is going to be good. A little tiny bit deeper. The run makes the run a little bit easier. It's now only, what would that be? About a 4 or 5, 6 foot run. Double.
Yeah. It's probably 6.
Oh, she may not play that now. No, she's not. That's a bit of a surprise to me, but I will admire the confidence here in the first end to go out in strange territory looking for a draw to the button.
Yeah. Well, it's to the 4 foot, which I guess is reasonable, and then you make the you make the run, double, and then they just draw underneath, and then you're forced anyways. So this is the chance to get your 2, because if you make it underneath, then Kaitlyn will have the run. She can make the run herself, but again, it's not easy. Maybe it's a hard line to figure out, and this is. I don't mind this call at all.
No. No, as long as you have to be realistic with yourself. As long as you have a decent feel for what you've got to throw to make this, then there's nothing really wrong with this.
I also am of the mind that if you realize you're going to be forced to a draw in your last, you might as well throw it on your first, and you'll have a better chance at least getting your 1.
Yeah. That's theory anyways. Yeah, I get that. I believe you.
Oh, it doesn't always work for me, but I
know. I hear. Well, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm chuckling, because you're dead right. There's no question about that. It's got to be helpful, but I've done it that way before and not been close. So, so the intern draw for Youbeen Park here.
Like I say, Jim, that's no fault of the theory.
Yeah, this one could be pretty good. Youbeen's going to jump in and help. There's a sweep call. Ooh, they might have missed the sweep a little bit on that.
Oof.
They're a little bit late on that one. That could have been there. Pretty good effort, though, for that first draw. Looks like Kaitlyn's going to come right around. Try to sit 2. Might be a 2-ender yet in this end.
I was going to say, this one flash out of nowhere, then everything starts just getting loaded into the house, and that definitely changed the complexion.
Kaitlyn Laws out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Along with Selena Negevin, Jocelyn Peterman, and Kristen Gordon. Team has had some success and probably some events that they're not happy with. It's taken a little while to kind of bring it all together, but sometimes that's babies and family stuff and everything that gets, messes up the team for a little while. So a good thing, but it does sort of mess up schedules and whatnot. So this one's looking not bad if they've got the weight right. Ducks around the yellow. Ooh, just a hair heavy.
Yeah, they're going to bury it, but they only got it at maybe half, probably less than that. So it is chaseable now.
Yeah, it's not the easiest shot in the world, but really for a couple of veteran sweepers, I would have thought they might leave that a little higher. But again, first in, it's not always the easiest thing to do to make every judgment call perfect. So looking at 2 for Kaitlyn Laws. For Kaitlyn Laws, sorry about that. For Youbeen Park, looking to follow Kaitlyn Laws down on this one for a single here in number 1. They like having that third sweeper jumping in there. You don't see that very much.
They haven't left this one. It's a little out there, but they definitely at least want to cut them down if they can get to T-line.
I think she's going to be fine.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, I didn't quite get to it. But a steal of 1 for Kaitlyn Laws in the first end here. We'll talk a little bit about that last shot just when we return to Martensville right after this.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatchewan in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbach coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
So Kaitlyn Laws picks up the first point in this one, stealing one in the first end against Youbeen Park. And I was just commenting before we went to break, and Matt, I don't know what your thoughts are. Just a little too much activity around the sweeping there. Now, I don't know if somebody's hurt or not or struggling a little bit. That's a possibility, but the thrower jumping in, the skip jumping in on both those shots, it just makes it a little bit messy for me. I think they could have got that one in if they had just been a little bit more, less in disarray. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's probably a team preference. If the skip really wants to just get involved and maybe spell the sweeper, this has been this is their fifth game of the week, and maybe they think they can help. I think it just comes down to, and I think they all seem kind of youthful and energetic. So if you're an older team, like a more veteran team like Laws, I don't think your skip is coming in to help. So that could just be the way they play.
Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. Actually, it's not something normally the team's going to just pull out every now and then. So, either way, quarterfinal action here on the ladies' side of the Grand Slam of Curling, Tier 2 in Martensville, Saskatchewan. We've been here since Tuesday morning. Very long event. We'll get to the end of the semifinals today, all on Curling Stadium and the Stadium Sports Network. And then the finals for the men and women will move over to the facility that the Tier 1's playing in. I don't know the name of that facility. I did write it down once, but they will do that. And that game might be on Rock Channel, actually, tomorrow is what I'm hearing, both the men's and women's finals.
Yeah, it's a fun little format. I like the idea of having, especially from a spectator, going to see one game is, especially if it's a final, is great. But you also like to have some other games on there as well that you can watch. That's why when I go to the games, I love watching the quarterfinals and semis. There's so much action, and so by adding, an undercard, admittedly, but it's there as well, and you can witness that too. So I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, good for the players too. Some of these players have been in some of them played the Tier 1 event every now and then. Some have played in the Tier 2 before, but some haven't either. So it's a great experience for teams that get there. And I don't know what they do now, but it used to be the team that won the Tier 2 event used to get to play in a future Tier 1 event. So
yes. Yeah, I think they still go by points, but they could also maybe use that as sort of a way in. I don't really like the way they're trying to flesh out their structure, and the Grand Slam is always trying different things and seeing what's working. I think that's a really refreshing to see them try that and just say, hey, if this doesn't work, then we're not going to do it again. No big deal. It's working so far, I think.
Yeah, we did host this event back about probably 4 or 5 years ago, and seeing the excitement on the faces of the two teams that won. Corey Dropcom won the men's Tier 2. And I don't know which Korean team, but one of the Korean teams won the ladies, and it was pretty exciting for them, mostly because of the fact they were going to get to play in a future Tier 1 event. So anyway, there's going to be a lot of changes going on with Grand Slam of Curling as we go over the next couple of years, and some of the introduction of the Rock League and all kinds of stuff like that. So stay tuned, I guess, is the best you can do to see what's happening. Jocelyn Peterman now. When the intern hit, and this Red Rock out in the wings. Park with hammer. This one's...
Yeah, kind of a bad miss on Park's side by kind of spacing their rocks out. Kind of helped, though, they got hammered because he couldn't double them, but that definitely made them second and third, and now they've got some action to deal with in the middle here.
Yep. So Laws sitting 2. Early in this end. We're only not quite halfway through the end, so Park looks like she's going to play. Well, but I'm not sure yet.
Going over the options.
Yeah. Safe to say, I think she's going to play a hit and roll, just not exactly sure which rock and which direction.
they've been wide on pretty much all of their upweight hits, as I've noticed. So I think if it's whether it's the line or the weight, they just got to figure out a way to get that to curl towards the center line. But yeah, they just can't keep being wide. That's not going to help them at all.
The double might even be there on the other side. And normally, rule of thumb probably is if there's two rocks like this, if you're going to make a preference, all things being close to equal, you're going to play the higher rock no matter what. But so now she's going to go this way, and I don't think they're playing the double exactly because they probably have to throw too much weight, and it might jam on the red. But would like to get this and roll over towards the red stone in the rings. Trying to keep it a little bit straight. It looks like it's going to be on the guard, and it will maybe protecting a little bit against that being outside there, Matt.
Yeah, well, like I said before, they were wide before, so give yourself minimal ice. And again, they can't guard both of them. It looks like they're not going to guard it. They're just going to play the force here.
Yeah, it's that's a bit surprising to me, but they made some pretty nice guards the last end. Guard that high one here, and you're pretty safe. But regardless, we'll go after this. I wouldn't be unhappy if I was the Korean team here. I would be kind of nice to see them, I think, playing this rock at the back of the house that I probably thought was never, ever going to score anyway. So
definitely a conservative call. This one looks like it's a hit and roll out. Even if they blank, I don't think they're mad. Again, they can force them. I think they feel like they are the better team. Yeah. So they're not going to play the tough shots. They're going to play the easy shots and make Park throw the tough shots.
Yeah, maybe so. And I don't think anybody will blank. Doesn't seem like anybody's playing blanks unless they absolutely have to or later in the game.
True.
But much easier situation now for Team Park to at least stay out of trouble here. Doesn't really want to roll too far. Nope. Rolling right in front of the other yellow would have been nice for Team Park. So Selena negative now with her second. Kaitlyn Laws puts down the brush.
Don't want to group these.
Yeah, I think they're going to be pretty close together by the look of it. This is probably going to roll a couple inches inside. That's not bad, but the double's probably there if you want it. Park says, well, no, we're not going to go after that. She sort of sees, and I give her credit because I think, well, she's going to play a hit and roll on top now. I would think you're trying really hard here to not have to take one and without blanking. So it's going to be tough to do, but
yeah, double's not. It's sneaky hard, and I think I like the hit and roll.
I like the hit and roll. Yeah.
Yeah, this is right.
If you make the double, you probably are going to be throwing your last shot with the intent of having to score one, just so that you don't lose control of the blank end situation. This gives you an opportunity to still maybe get two by the time it's all said and done. Ji-Yu Kim.
Is the blank end limitation also applying to the tier 2?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So that second, if you blank the second one, you lose the hammer. You don't get to retain the hammer.
That's what. That's what I thought. That could also have been why Kaitlyn didn't throw the guard up, but a good situation for Laws to not give it the multiples.
Well, and the end is going such that really if she just makes the basic shots here, she probably forces her to take one anyways. That is Park.
Mm-hmm.
We also have in this round, just in case you're wondering, there is no draw to the button here. We will play extra ends if we get to that point. In-laws with the outturn hit. Selena in the house, just kind of gently waving. I don't know what that means. I think it may be just a clean thing, or it's like, well, don't sweep it too much because it needs to curl. I don't know. But
yeah. I know skips are starting to get more visual in their line calls, and whatever it is, that can get loud in there, especially in playoffs. You want to make sure you can hear your own team, and especially in a club setting, you can get a lot of echo.
That's right. And that getting loud thing seems to happen in every event of any age and any level. As the weekend goes on or the event goes on, everything gets that little bit louder.
Yep. You get the chit chat on the Fridays, and then Saturdays. And then by Sunday, everyone's they're thinking about the game.
So an outturn hit here, looking to roll at least partly behind that corner rock. That's not going to happen. She's going to have to go hard to hold on to this. She will probably be good enough to force the hit.
Yeah, just barely shot, but that's not going to stay that way.
It's kind of ironic here because I don't know if it matters if this shot stays or doesn't stay. Like, I'd be curious. I would actually like to see it roll out and see what they do, because I haven't seen this exact situation yet. We've talked about it all the time, but haven't actually seen it. So if Kaitlyn were to hit this and roll out, would or would not Park decide to hit and stay on the last one, or hit and roll out? Maybe take a chance that she doesn't have to blank again later. So, but you can take that out of the picture by just hitting this and staying. So, Kaitlyn Laws outturn, looked like it set maybe a little bit. Yeah, apparently not, because they've got the inside sweeper working it, so it's fine. Just going to stay right there. And regardless of the blank rule, we'll force Youbeen Park to... Oh, I thought she was going to hit something, but it looks like she's going to draw for one. She's very decisive. A lot of teams would hit on this situation. A lot wouldn't, but a lot would. Especially early.
Yeah, it's a draw to the 8-foot, which is a high percentage for people at this level, and even at the club level. This might be a draw opportunity just because everything's so spaced. You roll a little bit and you miss. So
yeah,
this is really a 50-50 call for some people.
So Youbeen Park looking to draw the 8-foot. Knees full 8-foot. And she will jump up, and the other sweeper just backs right off. There's got to be a reason for that. I can't believe that she's that much better sweeper than a front end player that is with you. So for whatever reason, that's what they do. And this one looking pretty good, just being cleaned as it comes into the house. And it's going to slide a little bit behind the tee line, but not very far. And we will tie this one up going into end number 3 when we come back to Martensville.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at the RockShop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice time after time. The PB5 by pebbleheads.com. The apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of...
So all knotted up at 1 after 2 ends of play here in the women's quarterfinal game between Kaitlyn Laws from Winnipeg and Youbeen Park from Seoul, South Korea. Not a lot of stuff happening so far. A little bit, but not too much. Expect to see that get a little bit busier here as we move into the middle ends. Might touch this. Probably not going to move it off the line, though. No. So get away with that. Got away with that one a little bit. Missed this, Matt. Did you see, is she going around or is she just throwing a guard? Going around probably. Eh?
I think it's around. That would not be a bad call, especially with 2 guards up there.
Yeah, it's pretty early in the game and not no desperation mode or anything, so you really don't need to have that second guard just yet. You'd like this one to stop sometime soon, though.
Rocks don't listen. No.
Yeah, they don't. They never do. Sometimes even the throwers don't listen.
It's even worse.
Yeah, we had one of them the other night.
It's about as thick as the rock.
So Kristen Gordon with her second here in the third end. Big curl on this turn. Be a little light. So Park will remain shot at the back of the house. She does not take very much time to think about anything. She's like already decided, and there it is. So it's going. It's great.
Yeah, it's really good to see. And they still have, well, they do have about 3 minutes less time than Team Laws. So that could be just need to compensate and just do what you know what you need to do.
Yeah, it's surprising. Actually, only 2 ends in. So the girls working on this. This should be pretty good if they don't run into each other. And go into the top of the 4-foot. Won't quite get there, but it's a pretty nice spot as well. Now, up the 6th rock, they can 6th rock. They can start to eliminate things or get rid of guards. Whatever they like to do, they can do now. With hammer, I would expect to see the Laws team and Selena specifically calling the shot. I would expect to see them doing something to open this up in the front.
A few angles there. That red guard into red top 8 kind of looks tempting, but I think they're going to go with the yellow one here.
Yellow on the red. Jocelyn Peterman with the throw. Kristen going hard on the brush. They will get rid of one of the reds. They almost got both of them.
Yeah.
Park now. As I say, she's making up some time, so she must have had a look at the clocks and decided she's got to hustle a little bit.
Yeah, and the ends haven't been that complicated like you mentioned earlier. I'm not sure where that time got lost.
Yeah. No, I don't know either. I did, because I really thought they were just zipping along all along. There's definitely got a sweeper that just doesn't sweep. So it's a pretty good setup for Park, actually, with the staggered guards in the front, and the yellow one's not helpful, but that's not great. It worries me when people jump up. I know that nowadays, yes, when we were younger, that used to be a definite no-no for everybody, and then mixed doubles and stuff came along, and now it's quite commonplace and not unexpected to see people do that. But it still worries me a little bit when you're doing on all the shots, and are you really letting go of the rock, finishing the delivery before all that happens? So looks like a double here, and it will be for Jocelyn Petterman. Not a surprise to see her make that shot. Terrific player. So that turns things around a little bit. So Ji Young Kim look to make a little hit and roll. She's the only player on the team, I think, that doesn't jump up and go. This is going to over curl. Will it? No, just missed a sweep call ever so slightly.
Just popped on the other side. Almost had it there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard because at the ice that has a nice finish to it. Sometimes just in that last few feet, it makes a move, and you've already decided, even as the person doing the announcing, you've almost decided that no, it's going to be good. And then it just has 1-2 feet too much further to go. So Selena Negevin now will look to remove that one. Probably wouldn't kill her to roll inside on this. I don't know they're trying to, judging by it looks like they're going to try to roll outside. Probably smarter.
Space them out. That's still pretty good.
Whatever time this team has lost in the first two ends, they're making up in this end. So, and we'll give that conversation on the time a bit of a break now. Kim hitting the back one. Not too much choice here right now. Trying to hold it straight. You'd like it to stay there. It will. Laws will probably try to stay there as well. If she rolls in behind now, it would be behind the tee line and set up an escape route probably for Team Park.
Yeah, this is definitely shaping up to be a force.
Yeah. So Selena Negevin, once again, her final shot. This one may not get enough to stay. No, it will. She didn't even get enough to roll to the center. Just really hard finish here. Girls are happy with it. Did make the roll a little bit easier for Park. So now only a couple of feet. Or it was probably more like 3 to 4 feet.
Yeah, the roll here probably goes maybe almost right to the pin, maybe right behind it.
Yeah. The hard part here is if you're going to go for the roll, you don't want to you don't want to roll another like 6-8 inches. It just makes that next shot that much easier still. So Youbeen Park won't have to get up and help sweep this one, obviously. This could be really close to the roll.
Yeah. Oh.
Or will it go too far again?
Right at the end there, just jumped a little bit.
Yeah, it did much better. It's just a tough call. It just looks so good. And then just that little jump.
Hit and rolls, you see them all the time on TV, and they're playing him here because that really is the best result. But they're so complicated. They look deceptively easy, but there's so much involved, and especially as you saw, hog line in, almost like house in. There's so much movement, and they just lost it at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, you go to all the trouble. You hold it out there, and then you're like, okay, well, now I'm going to let it make that little move, and we're going to have a perfect roll, and the little move becomes just a little too much of a move and slides out the other side. Now, it's not like it's wide open here. It's not a super easy shot for Kaitlyn Laws, but certainly one that she should be able to manage okay, and better yet, probably ends up rolling in behind the tee line or back of the tee line somewhere where she will end up ultimately having an open hit for two. Kaitlyn Laws, first one and 3. Jocelyn Peterman in the brush, just making sure it doesn't curl too much. And we'll roll to the outside as I expected. Will Jocelyn get that out? She will not, but I don't. Sometimes that would be a big problem. I don't see that being a problem here because there's no way that Team Park is going to be able to bring that into play. Right now, they're looking at trying to figure out how to not give up 2.
Across the face, you get a flatter roll, but you got to throw it pretty hard. And where the broom is, I don't think that roll is going to be very sideways. It's going to kind of go back. I don't think they can get shot out of this, but there just might be enough space to do that.
Yeah, you might be able to hang it on the back of the forefoot if you made the absolute perfect roll. And probably still a rock that Kaitlyn Laws will be able to dig out if she takes it on.
I'll touch it, though.
Ooh, this is a problem.
Ooh.
And a big miss for Youbeen Park. I don't know what she did on that. I have to assume she kind of rolled it over and got it started. That much weight, you wouldn't expect to have too much curl. So Kaitlyn Laws with a open draw to the full 12-foot or a little better.
Yeah.
For 3 in end number 3.
Well, again, another end. They just kind of had control the entire time. They had their rock spaced out. They had a counter under center. They had their second one behind the tee, really far apart. Never a chance for a double. I don't think they were ever really sweating during this end.
No. So an opportunity for Kaitlyn Laws to take an early commanding lead in this one. And looks like it's fine. I'll put a little sweep on, but she will pick up 3. And in quarterfinal action here at Martensville, Kaitlyn Laws will lead Youbeen Park by a score of 4-1 after 3 ends of play when we come back from the break.
Hey, Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
Who knew after 20 years in real estate I'd have to make silly videos for Instagram and come out behind a tree?
Stu, we need to do this stuff.
Why can't I just door knock into open houses like I did in the old days?
That doesn't work anymore.
Okay, so it's because I'm sitting here behind a tree. Come use us for real estate.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
So, Matt, a big 3 there by Kaitlyn Laws, and kind of didn't. Hey, you don't want to say they didn't have to work for it, but they didn't really have to do anything real special there. Just make your basic shots, I guess.
Yeah, there a couple key ones. You had your Jocelyn Peterman with a double. You had some almost doubles, just getting rid of the right guards, and that was also with Youbeen Park missing a open takeout. So just a combination of all that led to a 3. And it wasn't very complicated. It just kind of unfolded that way.
Yeah. So the corner guard went up for Youbeen Park this time after Kristen Gordon put the first draw a tiny little bit long, but pretty good spot right on the button. Throwing up a center guard here for Team Laws, or maybe it actually was top 12-foot kind of shot. Top, maybe bite the 8-foot even. Wouldn't expect them really to be in a hurry to throw up a lot of guards just yet. Looks like they come around.
Yeah, they want to make Park work for those 2 points. And so far with the corner, that's in place. And then make them work down the center there. So this is shaping up to be another one of those ends that, again, I don't think it's going to be very chaotic, but it's just going to be who makes the simple shots better.
Yep. Okay, a little change of call here. I thought they were, well, I'm still not sure. I think they're still just drawing behind the corner.
Yeah, I think maybe they like the hit and roll. I don't love the hit and roll yet. You don't have to be that. You miss that hit and roll, and your ends, well, they can't hit the corner yet, but you want to throw the come around. TLDR, throw the come around.
I actually like another corner better than either one of those 2 shots.
Yeah, definitely not the hit and roll, though.
Left-hander Sung-Yi Yang. Little rub wouldn't hurt her. She just got that little rub. That worked out pretty good.
Don't think they called it, but yeah, I like it.
Yep. Another guard going up for Team Laws. I shouldn't say another guard. A guard going up for Team Laws here. This time it is a guard. Tight, but...
Just looking ahead here, you know, obviously both these teams are focused on this game, but the winner of this game would advance to play either Isabella Vrana or Christina Black. I'm like, this is a tier 2 slam?
Yeah.
They're so good. It's so deep. There's so many good teams everywhere. Most of these teams usually are in tier 1.
Well, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I was surprised to see Rana in this one. I thought that she was a regular now in the...
Yeah, they've had a couple bad ones in a row, and I think that they're going to be back in the tier 1 for the Players Championship, is my understanding.
Yeah.
So they'll be back, but you know, sometimes you can't stay at the top all the time. And I know it's used to be that you fell out of the slams, it was hard to get back in. I think now it's not as unforgiving as it used to be.
Yeah. Field attempt by, I think, the second left-hander in this team.
Yeah.
It's not a great situation when you're having to peel those guards when you're down 3, and the opposition right now has shot rock, but to me, there's a pretty easy call here for Selena.
Yeah.
She's going to make that, so good job.
I think Park was actually trying to call a run. I think she was eyeing up, could you triple him? And again, that was, ended up the peel, which is fine, but not really the ideal one.
Chelsea Peterman now, out-turn. We'll call this a run back. It's kind of an either or, I guess. It's more appeal than a run back, but...
Oh, watch out.
Not the best result for sure.
Yeah, shot stone's now Park. They can guard it now, and that's what they're going to do.
Unchili. make this one good. I think it's going to be fine. It's
needs to stop.
Maybe, yeah, I was going to say it might be a little deeper than they wanted, and a little over curl. I guess not too much good about it, but it is in the house, and I would expect to see this shot here. I would expect to see them play this one.
Yeah, one or the other is a good result here. This is the conservative call. Like you said, it's not threatening them all that much, but it is third shot, which means it could count. So just get rid of it, roll over, and again, make Youbeen Park make a tough shot.
Yeah, I think this one had to go whether or not it got on the ring. So I guess if it had stayed out and been that open, they might have chased the back one. But Jocelyn Peterman working to keep it straight. And it won't quite get to where they were trying to get to, but so trying to decide what they want to do here. Just indicating that Kaitlyn Laws definitely has the slash run back, whatever you would call that. But you can't really do anything about that, to be honest. So if you come around, it just means she has 2 to hit instead of 1.
Well, again, that slash is hard. And again, we're talking about make the simple shots and not force the hard shots. So if Kaitlyn has a slash, I'll make her throw the slash. But sitting 2, I don't think is bad. They're gonna call timeout and talk it over.
Yeah, very early and to have to take a timeout, but at the same time, this could be a part of the game that turns it around or gets away from you. So probably the best plan was to go ahead and call that timeout.
Yeah, when you're on the same page, not on the same page, rather, there would seem to be a lot of confusion as to what you wanted to do. Rather than let the clock run, I don't mind using that timeout. This is important. If they don't get multiples soon, then the game's going to be over anyways, and you never used your timeouts.
So what do you like here, Matt? Do you have a preference?
Well, I kind of, again, you're on third stones. Splitting the house isn't bad. I don't love a guard because, again, Kaitlyn could ignore it, go around. I think you split the house.
Yeah, I think you could split the house. You could, you hate to play too many takeouts when you're down and all of that, but you could hit the rock that's half in the 8-foot, just replace it with yours right there. That would be a possibility, and maybe just have it roll a little tiny bit towards that M. In whatever word that is. Martensville, probably.
Martensville.
I guess, yeah. I can't see all the letters, but looks like that may be what they're going to play.
Yeah, that's not bad either. They're spaced out. They're sitting 2. Anything that results in you sitting 2, I think, is the right call. But yeah, I like the composure to realize that you're not really sure what to do and just talk it over. This is important.
Concerns me a little bit when I look at the ice they're taking here. I don't think you want to throw this. There, she's widened it out. Well, she's widens it out and then narrows it up. And it goes out again, yeah. I just don't think you want to overthrow this rock, so take it a little bit ice.
They've been throwing wide on a lot of the hits,
yeah.
So I think that's the other concern here. Got to get the line right. Can't jam this. Sweep the curl again.
It's going to be okay. I don't think you want to curl anymore.
Nope. Good weight choice on that one, too.
Yeah. What a one, Kaitlyn. Really can't be.
Not an automatic 2, but you don't want to make it worse. I like going at this one.
She could go after the high one and could go after it with the intent of making the double, or just go after it with replacing it and putting your rock there.
Mm-hmm.
Which would give you control of the control zone kind of thing.
That's right. We can get an inch low. Well, here.
That's very nicely called. I would have panicked a little bit more than she panicked on that, obviously.
That's why you're there and she's there.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, and that's only one of the reasons. So, Park looking at this and saying, well, I got to go by and dig this one out and hang around. It's not going to be an easy shot, but...
Well, you saw how much that curled at the end, so there is a lot of good finish here. And if you can throw kind of gentle weight at it, although it looks like they're... Forget what I said. They're throwing the run back.
Yeah, they change the shot like super quick sometimes. I don't even mind them changing. And I'm not one of these people who says, well, you should never ever do anything from the other end. I'm okay with that a little bit, but it just seems like, okay, it's all of a sudden a light goes on, right or wrong, and okay, no, we're doing this. It's like, wow. But I don't mind this. I know you might set up a double is the only thing.
Oh, there's that.
Needs to stay.
That overthrow.
Yeah, there's too much weight for that shot. I guess if you were playing the double, it was a good weight for that, but that's a big rollout.
Yeah. Well, that's another one of those. When it comes to strategy, trust your first thoughts. Like, what do you want to do first? And if you see, maybe if you see something else, sure. But if your first thought was to do something, you need a really good reason to change it.
Yeah.
But clearly she had a reason. It was maybe best result. But now the end's probably gone from them. The skips deuce is going to be really difficult.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem for Kaitlyn Laws to hit this one and stay right there, or even flop a little tiny bit to the left if she wanted to guard the yellow. Wouldn't be a bad shot. I think that would be probably the preferred shot if she could make it. It's going to be very close to it.
Good roll.
Good roll. I think that you'll have to see. I don't know what Park's going to do. She's indicating going after that again. I almost think that drawing the in-turn draw around is probably the shot.
I think they've indicated that as one of their possibilities.
Problem with this shot is you're really now playing for one or to blank, and I don't know if you want to blank, but maybe you would be okay with a blank, and since we're halfway through the game, because there's no way that this translates into a 2.
Right. But they haven't been accurate with these either. They look
No.
at the numbers for their upweight hits.
Yeah.
Is they're either missing them outright or they're just a little wide and rolling out.
Yeah. Might get it the other way. No.
Yeah, over curled on them. Better release though. I've been noticing that they've been popping their upweight hits a lot, and Park threw that one pretty good. Just over curled at the end.
Yep. So Kaitlyn really here, just make sure it's on the rings when you're finished throwing, and it'll be a job well done. Sit right there is probably not bad. You could try to roll across and see if she opts to throw the double, which you probably wouldn't be disappointed to see. Final rock for Laws here in 4. This should be fine. Go a little too far, so pretty open hit for 1 for Youbeen Park.
Yep. Force is on. They'll take. Assuming this is made, I think Laws will be pretty well in control here again. I think you're going to see those simple shots. Just make sure nothing goes wrong. No overlap guards, nothing like that. So
yeah.
So far so good for Team Laws.
So Park's final rock coming now. Looking to basically play the nose hit for 1. It should be okay. I think it'll curl enough to be fine, and it will. And Park will pick up 1 here to trail 4-2 as we go to the break here in Martensville, Saskatchewan. Back after the break.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
So after 4 ends of play here in Martensville, Laws leads Park by a score of 4-2. And we are going to just run through a few more messages from our sponsors, and we'll be back with you just in a minute.
Brett, come on man, I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know guys, I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait, do you smell that?
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatchewan in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
Obviously in the winter. So we're back. In the fifth end, Youbeen Park. Well, we didn't miss anything hardly. We lost one shot, so perfect. Youbeen Park trailing by 2 without Hammer playing 5, Matt, and probably, I guess, maybe not so desperate to throw everything at the wind here, but not too far from that for Park. She can't afford to really give up much.
She can't, and yeah, what's really been hurting them, and this is good and bad news, what's been hurting them is I think their up weight hits. They've just missed them. They've probably made about half, they've probably been 50%, if that. Good news is that when you're down, you don't need to throw those up weight hits. So if they can get those draws in place and really put some pressure on, they've got plenty of time to come back, but it's got to start now.
Yeah. So Park was looking at possibly hitting that yellow one and staying there, since I think it is biting, but I think her team talked her out of that, which was a very wise thing to do. So she's going to try now. She's kind of went through all the different sides. She's now going to throw the left-hander, so left-hander in turn around those guards. The stagger works for her. They're going this way, so key here is for most of these shots is just don't be heavy on anything. Maybe I had to say that a little earlier.
Also don't know if you can hit that yellow. Well, maybe it's touching the house.
Well, yeah, that's what it looked like she had indicated it to hit it right on the nose, so I figured it must have been touching, but so that's not the best position for that one for Team Park, and lead stone Sung Lee Yang. Yeah, Sung Lee Yang. So Kristen Gordon now coming around the same shot, basically, but would like to stay above the tee line. It's pretty darn good.
I think so. Sung-Lee Yang being the lead, I don't think she's on the ice right now.
Oh yeah,
I think this is Lee. They may have changed the lineup. I don't think you can temporarily leave and come back. I think they're playing with 3 now, Jim.
Maybe so. Maybe that has something to do with what we were seeing all along, where one person was not sweeping. Maybe she's just not feeling well or has an injury of sorts. I don't know which person it was that wasn't sweeping. So
it was Yang. So
okay.
That was the one marginal sweeping, but
yeah, she was sweeping. But
Sungi is not on the ice right now.
Okay.
So all that analysis about what they need to change, well, they changed the lineup, so that's a change.
Yep. We need one of those football sideline investigative reporters to find out the details, but we don't have any on the payroll right now, so. Jocelyn Peterman really just looking like they want to split this yellow one up a little bit and sit 1, 3, 4 maybe when this is done and open up the red a little. Kristen Gordon going. It will work this out. Or that might be Kaitlyn on the inside there. I think they would have liked a little more weight, Matt. Maybe split them a little more, but that's not a terrible attempt. At least it's just that it makes the guarding a little bit easier for Team Park.
Yeah, that top 8 center one is in a really good position. If they can guard the hole, then it's not really accessible at all. And
yeah,
that kind of changes things.
Now they're going to play a hit. Looks like a bumper weight hit.
Oh, love that.
Going to go the other way now.
If it's a good result if you can do it, if you can nose it a little high, sit right there. But
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of added value on this shot.
No, because chances are you're just rolling across the top of the other one anyway. And you got to be careful here with your own. Although it's nice control weight.
Yeah, shots made, kind
Yeah.
of, a little overrolled. Again,
Yeah, it's not bad, I think.
It's fine, yeah.
Yeah. It was like, I don't know what happened there, but it was a very quick movement for Jocelyn Peterman now. Jocelyn going to the Olympics to play mixed doubles with her husband, Brent Galat. Definitely be one of the favorites in that event. There's so many favorites now in mixed doubles, and not all of them are people that you've ever known or seen or heard of. So it's a very interesting event these days.
Yes. Well, we just learned this week in Kelowna that South Korea and Czech Republic will be the final two teams.
Okay.
In mixed doubles. So again, Korea was able to beat Australia. We've seen them a lot, and they just weren't able to finish it off. But congratulations to South Korea and then Czechia to round out the field.
Yeah, I don't even know what the rankings are these days, but I know that you've got teams from Poland and teams from Hungary and whatnot that are, number 1 and number 2 in the world at mixed doubles a lot of the time. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, pulling up the teams right now. So the 10 teams, obviously host Team Italy, Canada, Czech Republic, Estonia, Great Britain, Norway, South Korea, Sweden, Switzerland, and USA. So some familiar names.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Some of those countries have teams that we're unfamiliar with. But there are a number of athletes playing both, like Brett Gallant.
Yeah, and a lot of like Brent Gallant. Yeah, a lot of these countries that you just mentioned too, in the last, say, 6, 7, 8 years, in 2 cycles of the Olympics, have made much more of a commitment to mixed doubles. So that was probably part of the issue early on, was that we weren't doing that. But we and other countries like ours weren't doing that. So we've got a double coming up here for Kaitlyn Law's team. I don't know what climb the clocks read, but I almost feel like I'm rushing because it feels like they're rushing and I don't have to go anywhere, right? I'm thinking, you've got to have enough time here. You played the last couple ends like in lightning fast, so just make sure you just give yourself enough time to think this out a little bit if you're trying to get back in this. Not every shot, but just seems like there's a big rush on. But maybe they need to be. I don't know. I can't read the numbers on that clock, so.
Yeah. I've got a bigger screen here, Jim, but I can tell you that Park is 11 and a half minutes left, which is a little down. I think they have been a little deliberate on some of their calls. Yeah. So they are, I would say, they need to play a little faster. It's not urgent, but they are certainly, they have less time substantially than Laws does.
Yeah. And they were behind Laws after 2 ends by about 3 minutes. So I think they've probably moved okay in the last 2 or 3 ends. It's just they aren't, they had fallen behind. It's hard to make that time up.
Yeah. So they need to chase the clock a little bit and also chase the scoreboard. So they're kind of fighting battles on 2 fronts here.
Yeah, and not a great setup here in end number 5 either. It's the way the rocks are set right now, with Kaitlyn Laws having hammer as well. It's going to be a real challenge for Youbeen Park to get something in there in a decent spot. She has a rock out in front there to work with, but it's not really lined up right to do anything with. So
it's a chance, I think, to lay 3, and then now we're on skip stones.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what do you do? Your Park.
Yeah.
I guess, depending on where this one stops, unfortunately, this is going to take it away. I was going to say you could play the red on the yellow.
Well, that's a good position there.
Yeah. You still may play that because you may not have much choice right now.
Yeah.
You can play these two on the outside, hit the half a rock here or a third of a rock here. You get rid of 2. But I think the back one, maybe it'll catch the back one.
I think your best chance here, you got to hold them to 1, and you have to keep that in mind with this first shot. Just not try to open it up as much, but I think they're eyeing it like a half rock double, which is there, but then Kaitlyn goes around, and now they're sitting 2. So this is not wrong, but I don't think it's going to leave them a lot for their last.
I'm having a hard time seeing a lot of options is my problem. I don't know what. So Park probably throwing this one a little bit hard, and she is. She's not real big, so she's got to generate it all pretty hard with the legs.
A lot of weight.
She might only get 1 here. Will she get? She does only get 1. That was a problem, is that you had to hit it only like about a third of a rock to. And now I don't know what you do. Because now you don't even have anything to raise that red one unless Kaitlyn puts it there for you, and I don't think she will.
Yeah, kind of form that triangle, and then you've pretty much locked up the entire 4 foot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work on a theory, Jim, that if you put rocks in a triangle, that it's always good.
Okay.
Right. So far, I haven't seen a lot of counter examples here, but
okay.
I've been some of the other games as well. I think it's catching on, but the triangle being the sturdiest of the shapes, and I think that's the same case here. Again, you put that right there. I don't know what Youbeen does.
Well, that's interesting. Are you compiling any of this, or is it just like you just
no? This is 100% anecdotal.
Okay.
Which is the best data because then you can't be proven wrong. But if you put 3 rocks in a triangle, Jim, I don't think you can triple them.
Yeah.
Very easily.
So in that theory, Kaitlyn should put this one basically just off the button, mostly behind the guard, and she should be in pretty good shape. And I think she would be in great shape. I think you better be a little careful that you don't hang it out there a little bit, that's all. And she probably will not do that, so. Both sweepers on this, though.
Light's not bad either for her. Looks like that's what's going to happen. That could be 3rd shot, though.
Well, I'll tell you what, if her shot on the button was just over a little tiny bit further, Park would have a very serious out here.
Yeah, she can cut her to 1 with a great draw.
Yeah.
And that's all she's got. That's probably the shot she has to keep this game going, honestly.
Yeah, and the problem with this shot is she gets in there and bites the button, and for a good number 2, and the little yellow slash is really, really accessible on the on the left side as we look at the overhead. So, but first of all, she's got to get it in there. Okay, sweepers are not uncomfortable with the line.
A lot of weight.
Is it heavy?
Coming down now.
Yeah. Needs number 2, though.
Oh, just good enough, I think. Can you get to it, though?
Well, I believe you could, just because she came by the guard by lots and could just go right around it and bump it back. Could play this as well. This is the shot I thought they might play if they had made that even a little bit better.
Little danger. I'm thinking like if you catch the yellow, or sorry, the red, the back of the red one, it redirects maybe to it. But again, this is again, you've got one in the bank. This is you have the freedom to try this.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's, if you make it as for 3 again, and really locks this one down pretty good. Bit surprised, though. I thought that actually she'd probably play the U-turn, come around, just tap that back the, 2 feet. That just feels a little bit easier than this shot, but... And you could pick your own out here, but that would be really unlucky. So, Kaitlyn Lawes playing an angle race takeout on the yellow onto red. It's in the neighborhood. Might not curl enough, will it? And it will, and it's a great shot by Kaitlyn Lawes. Just a beautiful shot. Total, really no doubt on that shot. She will pick up 3 points here. And number 5, one more look at that, Matt.
Yeah, this is, again, not a whole lot of panic here. They had the line the entire way. I guess it was always going to that red one, even if they caught the top one, but no concern here. As you saw, just a little bit of curl sweep at the end. Cleared everything good. Good weight choice as well. That wasn't a bullet. That was very well managed.
Yeah, great shot. So Kaitlyn Lawes have a commanding now 7-2 lead as we go to end number 6 here in Martensville. Back right after this.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatchewan in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
So we're back, and Matt, a whole long way for Team Park to get back in this one, I would say.
Yeah, they tried to save themselves as best they could, and they almost did, but again, with all those rocks set up the way they were, Lawes had a nice little down weight / double to secure the 3 points. And down 5 with 3 to go, it's going to have to be multiples and steals, so the odds are slim.
Yeah, got to start with a 3 here, but you're right. She made a pretty decent last draw, Park did, but it didn't matter where it ended up. It was always going to be in danger of being removed by that slash, so that was the problem, and Kaitlyn made no mistake. So, see an attempted first guard for Team Park to be on the center line. That's a strategy I've seen 3 or 4 times now here this weekend. And I don't know if I ever saw it before this weekend, where with hammer you throw the first one on the center line so that nobody can move it around. Although I hardly ever see anybody try to move the corners around, so I don't quite get it. But I can at least understand the theory of why it might be better to do that. Corner guard going up now. Slow moving over this one, but it's going to get over there eventually, and as long as it doesn't go in the house, it will be fine.
Close. That should just stop.
You would have to go around that probably from the outside, but that's okay. That works too.
Looking over at the other sheet there, the winner of this game plays the winner of Black Vrana, and looks like Black just stole 2. Up be 6-1, so that's another game
Yeah.
that's starting to get out of hand.
Interesting, because Christina just lost to Rana by, I don't know, a 7-1 score or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is this the come around then?
I don't know what she's coming around. She's going to be coming, I think, a freeze to the yellow that's in the
Okay.
4-foot.
There we go. Right past that top yellow. Touch it a little bit.
That's probably okay as long as it doesn't go any further.
That spin.
There,
There it is.
They needed that little spin at the end. Yeah. I think Matthew had his finger on a button or something there. It was like, seemed like it stopped, and then, no, look.
I know you can't ever count on the spin, but I don't think teams really expect that to happen. It always happens when you don't want it to. Like, you make that little tick and roll, and then it's under the guard, and then it just does like a full rock spin, and then it's completely out. Again, rocks don't listen.
No. Jocelyn Petterman now will... Well, I don't know what she's playing. She's going to peel the high guard, I guess, because she's throwing an intern at this, so she must be peeling this, the more or less center guard. Center red guard.
She just knows on the red?
I think, unless she's going right after the rock in the house.
Yeah. Ooh.
I guess she is, but...
Okay.
I didn't realize Jocelyn could throw quite that hard. She's worked on that over the last couple of years, probably, but... yeah, I knew she could get it down there, but she can really get it down there big time now for weight.
You saw how much that curl, even with that weight.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's why I didn't. I thought maybe they were just playing the peel on the top one.
Yeah.
But might be better actually for Team Park. There's a nice opportunity to come in on the intern now, where you can get in and bury. You don't really worry about whether or not it's a little deep now. Or is she going all the way around the outside? Going around the outside, I guess.
I don't think drawing through the middle is not easy. Neither is this.
No.
Just gotta get by. Can it get shot though? Yeah, good sweep.
Yeah, good sweep, good shot. Wasn't an easy one to guess the weight on because you're way out there.
Mm-hmm.
Kaitlyn Laws now will ask Selena to peel this guard. Probably try to make both.
Like 3 feet. She can hit both.
Selena Negavan. The outturn peel. Very close. And there it goes.
Very nice.
Now
Good
you can
roll,
get in there.
too.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 6 feet of curl she's anticipating on this shot. Now even a little bit more. Not sure that... Yeah, I guess we're okay.
It's all about the finish here. It's going to go sideways right now.
And good effort. Maybe just a hair too much ice.
Yeah, didn't quite finish as much. They did their best, but that is open. That is very chaseable.
So Park will try to do it a little bit better. Maybe just tighten up that broom of hair unless she was wide. So much late finish that you don't really need to go by that guard quite as much as you think you do, but
Yeah, you want to also overbury a little bit just so get it underneath. You don't want it to go yellow right onto it. So
yeah,
they can get it, T-line side of the button. That'd be a great spot. This is too much weight though.
yeah, more a case of just being a little bit heavy on that. Take 4 or 5, maybe even 6 feet off of that, and you probably tuck it in there pretty darn good.
Yeah, you carve that in there. There wasn't a lot they could do about it. They were trying to knife, but couldn't get the angle there.
Well, yeah, and we've both seen people try to do that, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, that's great, but it went too far.
Yeah,
it doesn't work much better.
Again, they're really needing to get 2 points here. They've got 2 rocks left, so the Skips Deuce is still alive, but right now they're not set up so great for that.
Kaitlyn Law's first rock here and end number 6. Nice throw for Kaitlyn. So this will be the 3rd attempt at getting this rock in there, and there's no... She's going to switch sides, and that's fine. The stagger works a little bit better maybe here, but there really is plenty of curl and plenty to be able to bury on that intern side. They just haven't matched up the weight and everything that goes with it yet.
Yeah. Maybe if you go around that side, don't bury, then they chase it, it jams. You're kind of picking those little things there.
Sure.
Well, now they're going back. They really do they do kind of go back and forth on here because now they're back to the other side.
Yeah.
Huh.
Both sweepers going hard on this one. Sneaks it by.
Should be okay. It's really nice, actually.
Got to really knife it in there now. That's the shot I think they were waiting for. It probably could have got in even a little deeper, or not deeper, but deeper buried, but they had to go back a little further than they would have loved, but more important that they bury there than they worry about whether or not they're behind the tee line.
Yeah, I think even though it's behind the tee line, that's pretty good. And Selena's given Kaitlyn about a foot less ice than Youbeen had on this. So, but they're throwing the same weight.
Yeah. Probably just a different way they throw, I'm guessing. I think that Kaitlyn will probably put a little more rotation in maybe than Park, although I didn't really watch to see how much rotation she had on that.
Yeah, there wasn't nearly as much finish as I would have thought. I thought that one was going to almost pop out on the other side.
Yeah.
Close as they got to the guard. So, I mean, that just got under. So we'll see what happens here with Kaitlyn's.
Kaitlyn Law's final rock here in the 6th end. Her final rock in the 6th end. Park does have one more. Looking to play the freeze to the red stone. Wouldn't be unhappy if it ends up full 4 foot in front of the red, as long as it's partially buried. But it looks like it might be better than that even. Well, they do have a draw for 2. But tough. Need more ice than that.
I mean, technically they do, yes.
That's all she has, I think. Could she come around on the outturn? Maybe. But they played, what, 4 or 5 rocks in a 4 rocks in a row at least now on this turn. So if you're ever going to make it, this is probably the way you're going to make it.
You're playing the same weight, and yeah, you take a little more ice, just like that. And yeah, the fact that you threw it under first, this is very possibly made.
Ultra tough shot here for Park. Needs to curl a bunch, but it also some more ball. All you can do really here is manage the speed and then hope you get the curl right at the end. This can be really close.
Really, I think she's got it. I think she's got it. Oh! I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm afraid not. I don't think. One for sure.
Yeah, that just stopped.
Play bumper rocks there for me. So I don't know how many she got there. I think it was just 1, Matt.
Yes.
I don't think it was 2. So a good effort by Park, but she will come up a little short on the second one and trails 7-3 as we go to end number 7 without hammer. Could be an insurmountable task, but we will find out when we come back after the break.
Welcome to the rockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of...
So we are back for the 7th end, where Kaitlyn Laws leads Youbeen Park by a score of 7-3, and Laws does have hammer here in end number 7, and a perfect way not to start this end would be to throw your first guard in the rings, and unfortunately that's what Team Park did, which is why you saw it being removed.
Yeah, it hasn't been their sharpest game. You know, you look at the scoreboard, and they haven't given up any steals. I mean, they've been scoring even ends, things like that. But their scores have been tough. They haven't been able to limit the big ends. You see a couple of threes on the board there. So not quite sharp. They've gone through a lineup change. Their lead, for some undisclosed reason, was taken out of the lineup after the 4th end. So a bit of struggles. Time clock's been a crunch too. So a little bit of everything that Team Park has had to battle this game.
So they will need to steal something to be able to play the eighth end here for sure, and probably realistically to have an realistic chance, even a small realistic chance, they would have to steal two here and then have to steal two in the next end. Because we have seen that happen. I mentioned earlier that saw somebody, I can't remember the game, but they did steal two in the last end to win after stealing one in the seventh, one in the sixth, one in the seventh, two in the eighth to win by one.
Mm-hmm.
So it can happen, but it's unlikely.
I did a game Friday morning just to say, yeah, it has happened. It was Team Baltic, which was the young team from Saskatchewan. They played Team Ueno from Japan, and they were down 4 at one point, and in the eighth they were down 2 without hammer, and they stole 3. So it is possible, but you got to start making your shots. They're just not quite there yet with their draw weight. Park had a couple of nice shots in the last one. Like you mentioned, they threw a guard a little bit in. They need to make these shots precise to steal a couple.
Yeah, absolutely. Reminder, everyone, first of all, thanks for joining us here on Curling Stadium, the Stadium Sports Network, for coverage of the Grand Slam of Curling Tier 2 event in Martensville. And remind you that the next draw after this is on at 4:30 local time, and then there is a draw this evening. I believe it's 8:30 local time, and that will conclude the semis. So the next draw will be quarterfinals. Not sure exactly which games we have, but I can tell you before we're done, quarterfinals action, and then semifinals later this evening, which obviously we don't know yet. We have a little replay here of this peel attempt by Jocelyn Peterman.
Yeah, I think a peel attempt. It was a double peel, and I think she touched all 4 here. Got the lead one, got the second one. Everything got moved around.
She did.
Much better. Left a corner. That's absolutely good. That's a game winner right there, probably.
Yeah, Jocelyn's had a very good game. She's, I don't know exactly on the draw side of it, but all of the hits she's had, and she's had a number of upweight hits and throwing it really good, which is good when you're in the quarterfinals.
See a concession over on the next sheet over. Christina Black taking Vrana 7-1. So, after getting thumped once, play again, second chance. And so they will be in the semifinals against the winner of this game.
Well, sort of cheers up for us East Coasters.
Yeah. Yeah, they had quite a week the trials, didn't they?
Oh, did they ever? The place was crazy. As it got closer to the end, it was going to be crazy anyways, and it was really, really nuts. Give them a lot of credit. They were never going to beat Holman twice out of 3 games. They gave it a really good shot in the first one.
Yeah.
Second one got away from them, and I felt bad for them having to be out there still playing. But you know what? I don't think they cared. I think it was just like, you know what? We're just happy to be here. We're amazed that we're here, and we're happy to be here. And
that is the happiest I've ever seen a trials loser be. Like,
yeah.
That was such, Christina completely understood her assignment. I mean, she knew where she was. When they beat Anderson in the semifinal, I watched that game and I saw her interview. She knew what she had to do, and she's like, "Oh, I can't believe it! They're the best team. We're so excited. Come on out and watch." Like, she got it. She absolutely understood what was at stake and what she needed to do. And that's one of the things about curling, is just the temperament of these athletes is just unmatched in any other sport.
Yeah, Christine, great player. She lives in Halifax, and for a year or 2 years, she was working for the bank here in New Glasgow, still living in Halifax, but she did play at our club, and she'd go out and she'd practice, but she'd also go out and she'd play with anybody in any position, anytime, and everybody that played with her just loved her. So
that's great.
Yeah, she knows how to treat people. So moving along here, sorry for not following along. We're just talking more than broadcasting right now, but there's not too much happening in a positive light for Team Park at the moment.
Yeah, a couple of rocks to freeze to, but again, where do you go?
The thrower knows what she wants to do. She's not exactly sure that the other person does. I don't know what that signal means. I can kind of see her doing it, but I'm not sure what it means unless she means just to bump the yellow back or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again, I think they know what they want to do, but they do signal a lot of different things. You had to come around. You had the freeze on the top one. Maybe that's good and that's good. Just throw the line correctly, and we'll figure out the weight.
Yeah. I think I'm coming around something. I'm coming around the corner, or I'm coming around the rock on the close to that rock in the top of the 4 foot, and sitting on the back rock. I don't know. I'm just going to come around something. But that one's going to be short. Which means she's probably looking at max 2, and she's going to have to make 2 good shots and get at least 1, maybe 2 misses out of Kaitlyn Laws to make that count. Selena Negevin now peeling the high corner guard / center guard, whatever guard you want to call that. Yeah. And it's gone. I still think I'm doing the same thing. I'm coming around to the back one. I'm not playing on the front one because I don't know how you ever put it in the perfect spot that Kaitlyn doesn't just blast it out.
Seems to be what they're doing.
Yeah.
This doesn't really give you a steal chance, though.
You got no steal chance. Yeah. No. Probably neither one of them does, to be honest. Yeah. But at least it's you get maybe somewhere where she has to play a shot that's not just a wide open hit.
Yeah, you're not stealing 2 either. You can steal 1 by going around it, and then she misses the run back, and then you guard it, and then she misses a draw. So this one, I mean, okay, you make a freeze on the top one, and then they draw around it. Maybe that's why if you make a perfect freeze, then they don't try to get it out of there, which goes against everything that is taught in curling strategy. So we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Doesn't have the line for the freeze. Might have the weight, though. Third shot.
So Kaitlyn Laws, pretty much to put a stamp on this one. Going to remove the red stone. And then you will see Team Park probably try to come around that yellow again. Sit at the back of the 4 foot. Look for Kaitlyn to play a run back that she misses. And might go to the 8th end. It might not. Down 3 without. As long as they haven't heard the story about the girls that you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Matt they'll pack it in. Otherwise, they might keep playing.
There's cautionary tales all around this sport.
Yeah. So Kaitlyn Laws with a big weight peel. Pick that off. They never look down.
Mm-hmm. They play in a country with a lot of surprising depth. You've got a couple Korean teams in the slams. You have, I think they finished 5th in their. I was looking, 5th place in their country national finals, and they play their finals in June. So it's also a long season for them. So they definitely have a much different schedule than others, and so they've done well to get here. They just haven't been that sharp in this game.
Well, you're right. Even in this slam on the tier 1 side, Matt, there's, you have 4 teams from Korea in the ladies, and you have 4 teams from Japan in the ladies. So 8 of those 16 teams, I've said this before, are from those two countries. So you have to be in the top, probably, I mean, you could say top 15, 16, but top 20 probably at most to be able to make it into the slam. So, well, I don't know if they're quite that high, but anyway, regardless, that's on the A side.
Yes.
And then you have a couple more teams here. So that's a lot of teams for a country that hasn't been playing that game in a long. Just sneak this by, and they will.
They can slow down. Actually, that's not bad.
That's a very nice shot, actually. Not going to be the hardest run back in the world, but regardless, you can't make magic happen. You got to just take what's there, and that's all they could do.
Yeah, nose for 3.
This will more than likely be the final shot of the game. So just before we get ready to run, just one final reminder, our next draw, 2 men's games, 2 men's quarterfinal games will be commentated at 4:30 local time. One of those games is Keene versus Yamaguchi. The other game we don't have it listed yet, so I don't know who that's going to be. Kaitlyn Laws. You know, this whole team's had a good game. I want to say Kaitlyn's had a very good game, and they all have. So, haven't done a whole lot wrong. And this is going to be perfect. Bang, bang. Score of 2. And this one will end with Kaitlyn Laws picking up a 9-3 victory over Youbeen Park of Seoul, Korea. Kudos to Park for making the quarterfinals in this event, and to Kaitlyn Laws for moving on to the semis later this evening. And I think, Matt, that was kind of pretty dominant performance by Kaitlyn Laws' squad, really.
I would agree. They were really in control most of the game. Once they put that 3 up in the fourth, and they didn't have to navigate too many difficult situations. They just were making their shots. Then they kept it simple. That was a very veteran, good win, and that should propel them into the semifinals. They'll play Christina Black tonight, so that will be another one to watch.
And I might watch that one. So I will say goodbye for now on behalf of myself, Jim Nix, Matt Sussman, and for Matthew Hone handling our production today, and somebody handling the cameras, but I'm not sure who. Might be Kaylee. We will say goodbye from now from Martensville and from the Grand Slam of Curling Tier 2 Challenge you've been watching on Curling Stadium, and we will be back at 4:30 for additional curling coverage. Bye for now.